Okay, not ready to go because the Baofeng radio product, although very capable, is very cryptic and difficult to set up. I don't care what anybody says. I know someone's typing away right now. I have no problem programming my Baofeng radios. I say more power to you, bro. To me, it represents a huge time allotment that I have not been willing to do as of yet. Now, this being, I think, my first two-way radio communication device review, I'll watch the view numbers on this. If it's like 100,000 or more, and that's not asking a lot, that's a pittance. I might put together that Baofeng radio system, give them a TMP test, come back, make it simple for you, do a review. Depends on you, depends on the audience. I suspect there will not be the interest in that, and so you probably will never see a Baofeng radio review. Subject to change, we'll see. And I have had requests on that. Like, dude, you got to review the Baofengs. I'm like, dude, you know how many reviews there are on them already in YouTube of guys that know them a lot better than I do? Hundreds, if not thousands. So there you go. Tune into those. This guy gets it. He's talking about the Baofeng radio product. He goes, great, cheap little radio, but it's notoriously difficult to use with poor documentation. Yeah, amen to that. Then fancy, you just got to get the chirp program and hook it to your PC, and then you like do this one thing and then you do this other. It's a pain in the ass. And I'm not a PC guy, I'm a Mac guy. So yeah, I have a PC, but every time I turn it on, it has problems. It needs updates. This is happening to it. That's happening to it. I hate PCs. They're horrible. Yeah, there's your cryptic, just part of your cryptic terminology for a Baofeng. SFT-T T-CTCS, R-CTCS, TOT, PTD. Now I'm military. A lot of this stuff makes sense. Okay, a lot of those acronyms, I'm an acronym guy, you know that. A lot of it makes sense, but it's not easy. Okay, the Baofeng radio is not easy to use. And why do I intro with that on reviewing these awesome Peltor WS Lightcom Pro 3s? Wow, that's a mouthful. Because I'm contrasting the two. I'm contrasting one product that is extraordinarily difficult to set up. I don't care what anybody says, it is. It's not ready to go out of the box. And you have to get licensed if you use, well, the fun frequencies. Pain in the butt. Versus these. Super easy. The 3M Peltor Lightcom Pros. Easy breezy to use. And this is what I like. If you've been paying attention to my reviews, you should know I'm a systems guy. And I like simplicity, the KISS principle. If it's complicated, it's going to fail most likely. If it's very hard to set up, it's just more time consuming, more cryptic to understand. And then you give it to someone who's not checked out on your Baofengs or whatever other radio product you want. Good luck. If they're not a technical person, they're like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Well, dude, you just do this and you just do it. They don't, trust me, I've done it. Like with my wife, with my friends, I've given them radio products. I go, just something like this, like my XTM Motorola's I've had for over a decade. And these are good radios, still working. The batteries don't work so well, though. They're always dying. But this has been in use in TMP for over a decade. And I'll give it to some guy that doesn't use radio, and sometimes they don't know what the heck they're doing. They'll screw it up. Those of us who are former military, current or former law enforcement, we know how to talk on a radio. We know how to run radios. We've been taught that. We've been trained. Some people just don't get it. But back to simplicity. That is foundational for this review. And I'm going to get into that, about what you're really after in your two-way communication device. And that's going to make the video go longer. I mean, I could just tear into the Peltor Lightcoms, go through the features, the build quality, blah, blah, blah. Quick talk on programming, and we're done. 10 minutes. But this is my first two-way radio, I think, video. And so we're gonna spend some time with the basics. You're welcome. By the way, this is a concept Boba Fett, very excellent, before the franchise was ruined by Disney and all the wokeism. Destroy woke. I mean that, by the way, in every way possible. That's a great figure, though. Oh, my goodness. Would I ever drive around a pink car? This is a pink Lamborghini. No. There's no way, dude. I wouldn't. But it looks cool for tabletop 20 mil shell. That's actually a cleaning kit from Lyman. That is not a 20 millimeter shell. Check this out. How cool is this, dude? Look at that. It's a cleaning kit. That is so cute. It looks really cool though, doesn't it? Look at that. Cleaning kit. They have these at Gunny's, the Great American Gun Store, so drop into Gunny's. You can buy them from them. That is a Civivi Elementum, one of the all-time best sellers they've ever come up with. Great EDC knife. Links for most of this stuff below. Yeah. And then we have a Holosun PID Plus weapon light. Pretty good. Integrated laser. Pretty good. Could be lighter. And the awesome Falkneven modern Bowie knife. This is more than awesome. This is basically total perfection. Again, it's an expensive knife with expensive capabilities. There you go. And collectability, actually. Most of the Falknevens will maintain their value. If you don't use it, you can easily sell it later, get your money out of it. I've seen that happen several times. On we go with a radio review once again. Okay, I was talking about foundational. What do you want to do with your radio device? So I'm beating up on the Baofengs, and I think it's deserved because they are so complex, hard to set up, need a license, blah, blah, blah. They are capable of even long range communication. They have a wide swath of frequencies, but you need to ask yourself what you're trying to do with your communication device. Are you summoning help? Are you talking to another group who is associated with you in another state? That's not what these Peltors will do for you. What these are short range. So I would call them patrol communications. So if you're in a patrol, you're going to stay relatively close together. These will be perfect for you. And they're simple to use. And they integrate hearing protection. Now, I had a Sword & Pro, if I'm remembering right, it was a Sword & Pro headset. I integrated it with one of my tactical radios. I have a ton of radios. This is just one of them. It was a Motorola of some kind. And actually, it was working fine. TD and I were using it during the shoots. It was probably circa the first Red Skies. And I was out. I didn't love the Swordums. I didn't think they provided good hearing protection. I thought it was actually very crappy. I didn't think they stayed on my head very well. I thought they were too heavy. And then ultimately they fell off the tailgate and I ran over them. So I destroyed them. So $800, whatever it was, $1,000 out the window. Never rebought them. Never wanted to. I was like, okay, I tried the Swordin thing. I'm not too into it. And in the day, guys were watching, dudes in Fallujah and Iraq, and they saw Swordin in action and very special oppie, and so guys are after it. Okay, whatever. What are you after, though? In long-range communications, this isn't for you. Medium-range communications, I would say these aren't even it. This is very short-range communications. Here we go with my actual review, finally. After a big intro, but it's fun. The Peltor 3, the full name, the 3M Peltor WS Lightcom Pro 3s. Holy heck, it's a lot. In operation for well over 4 years now, like 4.5 years I've been using these. Like I said, they are awesome. Pause the video, buy with confidence. There you go. There's your review. They're awesome. Oh, you want more? Okay, I'll give you more. Why are they awesome? Because what I was after, and remember, you need to really focus on your needs. What are you after? I wanted short-range communications with excellent hearing protection and ease of use and high durability. I looked around and I researched, and there's really not a lot out there that provides all of those. Very, very little. Sure, we can go with a multi-component radio setup like the Sword & Pros, where we have a headset, we have a wire plugging into them. Heck, you have some Chinese knockoffs on the Swordens, and a lot of airsofters and actually tactical people will use those as well, and maybe they're good. I don't know. To me, that's not simple. It's not simple to use. I have multi-components, I have yet another damn string, strap, or wire hanging off on my tactical setup. I don't want it. I just want something simple, no wires. I don't even like remote pressure switches on lights or lasers on my tactical carbines. You've seen that. I've ranted about it. It's just extra complexity you do not want. You want to minimize wires. So my search, when I did that, led me to one product, and you're looking at it. Downside, they're not cheap. They're expensive. I won't say a price, but they're expensive. For a pair, it's a chunk of change. But what you are getting is industrial quality, not consumer grade quality. And let me show you an example of consumer grade quality. So here's some Uniden FRS radios I bought, and these are just put in storage. I saw them in my bin yesterday as I was prepping for this video, and I was like, oh, let me charge those up. I'll talk about them on tabletop. And here are the freaking antenna protector, the plastic part in package. These have never been used, dry rotted off. Okay, and I was like, oh wow, shit. Well, maybe I can epoxy those on. Maybe I can't. I can try. I hate throwing things away. Let me try to charge these things. I set them on the charger all night. Never worked. And it has a nickel metal hydride battery, which I absolutely hate. This thing right here. Now, this is like 4 AAAs I could put in this thing, and I could resurrect it. But damn, 4 AAAs, that's not going to have a good burn time. It's going to go out quickly. Yeah, so this thing is basically a total throwaway. This set of Uniden FRS radios I bought, I'm just throwing them away. That's consumer level quality. If you want that, go ahead. Now, there are some exceptions, like these Cobra FRS radios that I've purchased. They've been excellent. We've used them backpacking in TMP. They're inexpensive. I think I spent about $90 for the set. I may put a link to these below because I have used Cobra products, well, off and on throughout the project. Not like extensively, but some. Their antenna thing hasn't fallen off the protector. Switch works. Pretty straightforward how to use. You guys have FRS radios. You know how to run them. So there are some good ones, is my point. But this is better. This is meant for an industrial, noisy application, the Peltor light comms. That's what they're meant for. Around heavy machinery, graders, excavators, bulldozers, high explosives, dump trucks, loud machinery, machining operations inside a building where you want hearing protection and yet you still have to talk to people. So this is why I was, I guess, led to the Lightcom Pros. Have they met my expectations in that capacity? Again, hearing protection, ease of use, simple, durability, and let's add this, comfort. Yes, all across the board. Order with confidence. Are they perfect? Define perfect. Like there's some reviews on the 3M website. Guys are saying, well, the Bluetooth quality when you pipe your phone music through is not good. I would agree with that. It's not. It's not stereo quality. But I think these guys are a little bit confused as to what they got. This is meant for an industrial application. It's not meant for entertainment. In fact, they have a focus on situational awareness with a Peltor light comms. You have a mode that you can put it in where you can listen to ambient noise. Okay, and I never do that. I always keep everything shut down for maximum attenuation, which, by the way, is very stout at 28 decibels. These things provide real hearing protection, not just for loud machinery, but for gunfire, proven here many, many times. And I'm talking heavy weaponry, up to 50 cal BMG. Yeah, so I think those guys were thinking like along the lines of Bose. And would I like them to be stereo quality for music? You may notice it's not a slam dunk yes, because I really use the music, which is easy to pair. Like these are Bluetooth capable. They pair right to your phone, easy breezy. But I'm always doing something. So it's a background music. It's not like I'm sitting in the easy chair really jamming out. I'm okay with the background music of them as they are. If you improve the stereo sound, would I like it? Sure. I may have answered differently 30 years ago, but I'd say now, yeah, sure, it'd be nice, but I'm not like disappointed with them. I get music playing that comes in both ear cups. Is it high fidelity stereo? Don't give a shit. It's background music. It's background music. Usually I'm talking. I'm riding loud machinery. Speaking of which, these were primarily purchased for 2 systems in the Nut and Fancy project. The Zodiac Pro Open, loud, especially underway, and more importantly, the Wolverine X4 XTR, super duper loud. We got to the point where we're like shouting when we're doing drives in the X4, and you can hear each other, but you're just yelling. That thing is so damn loud. Yamaha needs to quiet that thing down. It's just horrible. A lot of complaints about the Wolverine, how loud it is, and maybe in current versions. Mine's a 2020. But yeah, I was like, I can't even hear it. It's exhausting. When you're yelling at your companion and trying to get messages across, it's exhausting. You're already doing like a 80-mile ride in technical terrain. Last thing you want to do is, make yourself more tired. So what I wanted hearing protection. Let's look at that real quick. 28 decibels. Look at the design. It is basically a super high quality industrial grade shooting hearing protector. Right here. Peltor gets it done. I've used Peltor for over 25 years, probably longer than that, in all types of applications. I love their hearing protectors. I've used them a lot. They protect your ears. I like the deep over-ear cup design. Notice the high quality foam right here, the very padded ear cushion right here. When you put these on, even with them not turned on, you're going to get excellent hearing protection. These are not active noise canceling devices. So if you're looking for that, I don't even know if they make a version that does that, but do you really need it when you have this type of ear cup? I don't know. I don't even think they make it as of yet. It just works the way it is. Good headband, super comfortable, stainless steel. Fittings are industrial level. Will they ever break? Listen, everything breaks given to me if I use it long enough. So the answer is yes, everything will break, but if I can get like 20 years out of this, 20 years of use, money well spent. You should think the same. 10, they're so expensive. I want more than 10 years. 20 years. If I get 20, I'll say, yeah, that was a really good buy. And maybe I'm stringent, you know? Really nice boom for the mic. Easy to swivel. Doesn't like get in the way. Doesn't fall off. One thing I do note is that it will have to be readjusted occasionally. You can tighten it up and stiffen it up, but you want it to be able to be moved. And notice here, we don't have foam on it. I don't think they came with foam on it. You could put a foam on there if you wanted to like mitigate wind noise, but we're in such really hard use environments, it's just going to rip right off. So I don't know about that. These are microphones for your ambient noise. They'll pick that up. They'll be piped electronically to both ears. And here's another reason they're so awesome is because of this battery supply. And this, by the way, reflects the times I've recharged the batteries. I just used them yesterday on another X4 ride, exploratory ride for TMP. So you're going to see that updated. And the reason you do that is because you want to know where your charge is at, because you might be using these for without rule of law, tactical purposes, patrol, safety patrol, neighborhood patrol purposes. Pick it up. Oh yeah, my charge is only 2 months old. You'll be good to go. These batteries though are fantastic. 3.7 volt proprietary. I give you that. 1800 milliamp. They're not inexpensive. You should have 2 per headset. I do. Yeah, but they're just simple. They just pop right in, and they're the reason these are awesome. All these other little radios using these AA batteries, if you're lucky, AA batteries. Now, granted, they'll have a proprietary battery pack, but as you noticed with this, they're just wrapped up triple or double A's, lithium, or not lithium, but nickel metal hydride in most cases. They don't last so good. It's just like flashlights. So if you want a good, long-lasting flashlight, generally the best ones use the bigger power cells, like a 21700. But easy to pop in. The waterproofness is adequate. You don't want to go swimming with them. They're IP68 on these. 3M Peltor WS Lightcom Pro 3s. They do come in a variety of flavors. They have a behind the neck variation. I think that's for hard hat usage. A hard hat attachment version, and then these, I think, much more versatile if you can fit them into your system over the head system. 17 and a half ounces each one. Not super duper light, but again, you're going with firepower. Capability. On this side, we see the button control. I'm going to get into the menu. I'll try to go through it super quick. Guys won't listen if I go in the menu, but I want to show you what they're capable of doing. They do have voice activation. You can see I've labeled things all over this. I recommend you do the same. You don't know if you're going to be the one using these. I've given these, again, to very non-technical people, and they're able to pick them up. So I drove with Wolfman yesterday, and he was wearing it, and he figured it out. I was like, here's your push-to-talk button right here, dude. It's on the right cup. Just push to talk. We have to keep Vox off because wind would activate it. Same in the Zippo, Zodiac Pro Open. Double-click, transmit, switch for Vox on and off. So if you want to switch to Vox on and off, and it'll talk to you. It'll go Vox on, Vox off. Sexy female voice, by the way. Here's your Bluetooth pairing button right here. And when you press and hold it, it'll go Bluetooth pairing. And then you go into your phone. You look for Peltor Lightcom, hit select. I've never had a problem pairing these. They pair very nice, and they auto pair again when you turn them back on. They'll find the source where it was on before. There's information right here in case you want to know. You can pause it. Does it matter? Not really. Again, everything's industrial, very high quality. I have not had a failure with them. Here's what I do with them. So in saltwater operations, in like side-by-side operations, I'll run them. They get way dirty. They get way salty. I wipe them down with a hot washcloth with water. I just did that last night. Both these were filthy. And I just wipe them down. I charge the batteries again, and they put them in their plastic bag, and each one's labeled and taken care of. And every time I bring them out, they work perfectly. Capabilities of these. How about range? And that's probably a big question I should have addressed earlier. I said I wanted short-range communications. I think that's probably for you, your focus, or should be your focus. Getting back to a longer range radio. I know there's selectable power levels on several radios. I think Baofeng's that way. You can do short, medium, long range. You want to probably be careful about how far you communicate. And if you're throwing a signal out to like 5 miles, that's a lot of people that can intercept that signal. They can zero in on it in your airsoft game, find you, and more importantly, they can listen to what you're saying. These are not encrypted. They operate the 403 to 470 megahertz range, the Peltor Lightcoms. They do have discrete frequencies that you can change as well, 70 channels, and so different combinations, just like an FRS radio, just like this Cobra, like this. We have ran into, like Sean and I have been running them, and we go through like a campground when we're driving the Wolverine, and we'll hear other people on their whatever radios, FRS, GMRS radios, and we'll have to change buttons. We just change buttons, and no big deal. Okay, you see Sean there in his Can-Am Defender, clear on that ridge, driving. I'm going to put this in the Peltor Lightcom Pro review. I was wrong about its range. It's actually quite good. We can easily talk to each other at this distance. And he was behind that hill over there, and we were still talking, and that's about a mile. So I think I was going back to a couple years ago when we were in a heavily forested area. And as I was recollecting in the review, the range wasn't great. It was like, I don't know, 1,000 feet, but we're getting a mile out here on this ride. So I want to interject that into this review because I want to be correct on my information. Roger that, I'll be right there. Way better than I said in the review. These are legit communication devices. Yes, they're expensive, but they have been, again, indispensable on this ride. So you can see where Sean is right there, parked at that intersection. So I can easily talk to him right there. And I would estimate that to be, I don't know, I'm bad at open range estimations, probably 2,000 feet, something like that. But he was clear on the other side of that hill. I was talking to him. So there we go. We'll just throw that in there. Range is better than I'm saying in the tabletop. That fancy project, comm review. In that capacity, they do quite good. Would I use them for a neighborhood patrol environment? It really depends. If I expected extended ranges, and I'll say extended range is over half a mile for me, then I would say no. If I know my dude is going to be close to me, my answer is absolutely yes. And again, you can set up ambient listening and it'll work fine if you want to maintain situational awareness. Okay, in the menu, here it is, super quick. What you do for menu, the power button is right here. Volume up, volume down, but you press and hold the power button, it'll turn on, it'll connect to your Bluetooth. Once it's on, you just tap the power button and it'll go menu, and you go up and down on the menu. Here's your options. Channel, radio volume, surround volume, so ambient noise, you can read that if you want. Bluetooth volume, I always keep that at 5, so you have 1 to 5 settings because you want your Bluetooth to be high. Again, it is background music, but I do want the music. It doesn't have to be high fidelity stereo. Bluetooth pairing, battery status, it'll tell you where your battery is. And it's real good about doing that. So when you get to low battery, it'll say that. It'll say low battery. And again, they're saying about 11 hours of battery use with a proprietary 3.7 volt, 1800 milliamp. I would say that is true. we can run it basically all day, one battery, and then if I need another one, I'll pop the other one in. Next one is battery status, language, sub-channel selection. Sets the sub-channel of analog channel according to its list, F or G, if it's enabled, 0 to 121. So you can get a pairing there. Output power. Forgot to tell you, there are 3 output power levels, low, medium, and high. The low setting will reduce communication range, but increase life of the battery. Duh, I forgot to tell you that. And I think for my 1,000-foot range, was I in high? I don't remember. To be honest, I don't think I run around in high because, again, we're close together. So maybe if you went to high mode, you would get that 9,500 feet. If that's the case, then this is an awesome tactical headset, really, because that's well within the range of a patrol reset. That's in the menu as well. That's about it. A couple other things if you want that. There's about pairing of channels. I just highlight it and keep your instructions with it. So cut out the languages you do not need and keep this with it stapled. Good to go. Yeah, the Peltor WS Lightcom Pro 3s and whatever's coming after. It's been a huge win for me in the project because it's communications. It's just being able to talk, setting up targets. We use them, shooting. We use them, albeit the ear cups are quite large. They're not set up for rifle fire for sure. Getting back to the Sword and Pros or something like it that has a cutout on them. They're industrial headsets. Do I recommend them? Oh yeah, without hesitation. The negative reviews are guys that really either haven't used them or they didn't know what they were getting into. This is not really intended for the civilian market. They're intended for industrial users. That's why they're hard to find. You're not going to find Lightcom Pro 3s everywhere. They're very hard to find. That's one reason I drug my feet on this review. I was like, can I even have a place where I can send guys to go get them? And there might be 1 or 2 places. Optics Planet used to have them. I don't see them there anymore. So I'll take you where I take you. Link is below. Highly recommended. Will I do a Baofeng review? Again, it depends on the view numbers on this and the enthusiasm level. Generally the view numbers, that's where it's shown in view numbers. Everything else is horse shit. This is a Swiss made, believe it or not, Swatch, and it's called well, look at that. I reviewed this. I did an update on this one. It's like Second Contact, some UFO theme or something, and it's the Big and Bold series. There it is, Second Home. $132, so that makes it a very cheap watch. There's your sizing. Super easy battery replacements. Awesome bands. All these are really excellent. Make sure you put a screen protector on them because these are acrylic crystals and they will scratch badly. It weighs like 1.4 ounces. This thing is super lightweight. And we're done, boys and girls. Thanks so much for subscribing. Make sure you hit that notification bell wherever I post this. We are in Clown World. Fight wokeism. Destroy wokeism. I'm serious about that. We have some bad times ahead. I wish I could say differently, but until then, I'm doing the project for your systems and for you personally. Thanks so much. See ya.